and welcome back. So in this video, we will be anchoring and setting the did of your ACAPy agent, as well as creating a schema and credential definition. So in order to be able to have this ACAPy agent be able to issue credentials to our simulated clients, we'll need to set it up for success. To do this, we'll have to navigate to the ACAPy admin UI, which we actually just allowed ourselves access to in the last video. We can do this by going to our browser and using the external or public IP of our ACAPy agent VM. So in our browser, we'll want to navigate to http:// and then paste that external IP portion and then :/8150. Welcome to the ACAPy admin UI. There's a whole lot of API calls here, but we're only interested in a select few. So if this ended up not working, saying that some firewall rules need to be configured, don't forget that within the security group, whenever you select your or my IP, if you change locations or your computer takes on a different IP over the time that you've been working on this, so if you have so for example, your Wi-Fi is more dynamic and it changes the IP address that you're using, this will be problematic in terms of accessing this UI. So that's just something to know. But other than that, if you've been able to successfully access the URL, welcome to the ACAPy admin UI. There's a whole lot of API calls here, but we're only interested in a select few. So let's go down all the way to the section titled Wallet. Within the wallet section, click on the post method /wallet/did/create. This should have the drop-down selection extended downwards. Go ahead and click on the box titled Try It Out, and then click on the blue execute button. This will generate you a did and a verification key. In a separate tab in your browser, navigate to where you can anchor dids to the ledger you chose. For Indicio, this is our self-serve site. So for Indicio, make sure you have selected Indicio testnet, and then go ahead and paste the did and verification key. Notice in the responses there are two did and verification key pairs. There's the top real one and the bottom example one, and we'll want the top pair. And I would not close this tab yet because you will end up using the did later, and then after submitting, return back to the ACAPy admin UI, and let's scroll up to the section titled Ledger. Under the get request, click on the /ledger/TAA dropdown, and we'll need to accept the transaction author agreement for the Indicio ledger or whatever ledger you're using. In order to be able to successfully associate our did with this, issuer. Under this dropdown, go ahead and click the Try It Out box and click the blue execute button. This will return a rather large response, so copy everything in the text value. That is, for example, Indicio transaction author agreement, /n/version, all the way to the end. And make sure to include the beginning quotations and end quotation marks. Then right below this drop-down menu, click the following post method with the /ledger/TAA/accept, and click on the Try It Out button. Within the body section, replace the string bit corresponding to text with the bit you copied just before. Under mechanism, replace that corresponding string with _file, unless told otherwise. And under version, replace that corresponding string with 1.0. If you've done everything right, the JSON body should look something like we've put in the HackMD document, or something like this. Where, of course, if you're looking in the HackMD document, the text string is much longer. And if everything looks right, go ahead and click the blue execute button. Awesome, now we should be able to assign our current public did. We can do that by returning back to the wallet section, going under the post method titled /wallet/did/public and clicking on it. Click on the Try It Out button. After clicking on Try It Out, go ahead and paste the did you anchored into the did of interest box. Then click the blue execute button. Amazing. You've now successfully anchored that did to the ledger and successfully associated that did with this ACAPy agent. That's awesome. So now we'll want to create a schema and create a credential definition to go along with this. Let's create a schema so we can issue some credentials. For this bit, we're going to stick with a super simple credential. However, after going through this process, you're more than welcome to modify the bits to whatever type of credential you're looking for. Under the same ACAPy admin UI, let's head to the section titled Schema. Click on the post method titled /schema, and again, click on the Try It Out box. We're going to use the default schema as we're just interested in a small, simple credential, but you're welcome to change this. Just note that you'll need to propagate these changes elsewhere in the .envs and code accordingly. So go ahead and click the blue execute button. Like before, when we've copied the did, copy this schema_ID from the response. Save this schema ID somewhere. Note if you get an error during the step saying that you need a public did, go through the previous instructions again, or alternatively analyze your process, and something may be going wrong when anchoring your did. Other than that, you've created your first schema. So now that we have this schema created, let's go up to the section titled Credential Definition. Credential-definition. Click on the post method titled /credential-definitions, and again, click on the Try It Out button. Modify the body JSON value so it looks like the schema ID is the schema ID you've copied in the previous step. We'll not be concerning ourselves with verification at the moment, but certainly we can in the future. If you've confirmed your JSON body follows a similar format as here, go ahead and click the blue execute button. Again, as you copy the did and schema ID from before, go ahead and now copy this top credential definition ID. Once again, we'll be using this for later, so make sure to save it someplace. Awesome, Trooper.
Congrats on setting ACAPy up for success, and I'll see you in the next video where we finally up Locust.